You guys a little bit about us, Earth. Earth is actually an Arabic word. It translates to heritage or legacy. Our founders are the AlShamsi family of Dubai that have been in the real estate industry for decades. However, Earth came to life in 2023. Okay. Through this partnership, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We got a partnership with Rove Hotels once we began. Rove Hotels is Amar and Dubai Holdings hospitality brand. They have 9 hotels in Dubai, 1 in Ras Al Khaimah. Through this partnership, we launched Rove Residentials and HQ by Rove, which is Rove branded commercial project. Our first project was launched Rove Home in downtown, which is totally sold out. It's a very boutique building. After that, we launched a Rove Home in Marasi Drive. In Marasi Drive Business Bay, we still have very limited 1 and 2 bedrooms available, very limited, but in case you have a requirement, you can definitely work on those. And we launched also Rove Home in Dubai Marina, right next to Marina Mall, Marina Plaza, in between 2 metro stations. It's a fantastic, one of the best locations, I would say, bless you, one of the best locations in Business Bay, Dubai Marina, I would say. However, the project is fully sold out, except we have some 1 and 2 bedroom sky lofts available. Entry price here is around 4.5 million for a 1 bedroom unit. We also have 1 2 bedroom remaining. They're very unique types of layouts, and everything across our Rove portfolio is going to be fully furnished, fully fitted, and very rich in amenities. We build a vertical community. People always say being part of the community, it's the best investment. With Rove, you're part of a vertical community in a very accessible location. You have that hospitality experience, but it's purely residential. So it makes a lot of sense whether someone wants a premium address for themselves as a base here, or they want to use it as an investment to generate a cash flow. Our main focus today is going to be HQ by Rove in Marasi Drive Business Bay. As we discussed, this is the first hospitality branded office building in Business Bay with a private road access. HQ by Rove is a premium office as well. It's grade A. We also have a House of Tenet, which is also another commercial building. However, for the time being, we're not going to do the briefing on House of Tenet because it's not public yet. So Rove Home is residential. You have let's say the concierge service, you have a la carte services like the hotel, you have the Rove Cafe, you have different types of F&Bs and retails which will be managed by us. But you manage the property. If you want to have it managed by one of our allocated management companies, you can. But you can manage it privately through any company as well.
So it's pure residential, right?
Correct, yes.
And the title deed you will get as a residential unit.
Purely residential, exactly.
Okay.
And this is one of the main points about Rove Home that makes it attractive for investors. You get the advantage of the hotel hospitality brand, but you manage it purely. Nobody cuts into your ROI. So now we'll talk about HQ by Rove mostly, which is commercial offices. But if you didn't work on offices before, don't worry, because this is one of the easiest projects for residential agents to work on as well. We start with the location first, and I'll start with where we are right now, Opus Tower. So we are actually right here. We are located right here. This is Opus Tower. This is Sheikh Zayed Road where you have the metro station. What stands out on this side is that the majority of the supply of offices is here right now. Mixed use as well. We have residential options. Here you have a lot of traffic for the people who are coming and going. The accessibility is very difficult, and the majority of the supply of offices is outdated. It's old. So businesses are struggling with a lot of things here. Whether it's parking, whether it's elevators, lack of amenities, the experience is missing, right? So when we wanted to choose a plot for HQ by Rove, we still wanted to be in Business Bay because it is a main business hub, but we wanted to eliminate those problems that existing supply of offices have. So over here, you can see Al Khail Road, and our project is located right here. It's almost one of the top plots, one of the first plots of Business Bay. It is a landmark location. This is something I always want you guys to emphasize on with your clients. In front of us, we have Dubai Design District, then we have Business Bay Water Canal. From here, you go towards, the view will go towards Dubai Creek Harbor as well. Unobstructed views from this side. And this section of Business Bay is known as the luxury segment, the luxury corridor of Business Bay. We know luxury is a little bit overdone when we talk about real estate, but here actually it has been rebranded by another developer as the Burj Khalifa district because of all the premium projects. We have Lana Dorchester here by Omniat. We have Villa Viento by Omniat here as well. These are premium high-end residential projects that were launched by one of the top developers. In addition to that, you also have Marasi Bay Marina here. It's over 12,000 kilometers of different F&Bs and yacht berths and so forth. Your neighbors are completely different. In fact, you don't see any offices on this side. The closest one that was launched is Inara on the other end, which is also by Omniat. And the project has already been sold out. Now, accessibility is one of the main concerns when we look at our plot. We are actually one of the few developers. This is our plot, the entire HQ, yeah. And we also have actually bought an extension of our land to build a private road access that will directly connect to HQ by Rove to Marasi Drive. Private road access, RTA approved private road access. Again, this will add to the experience when you're arriving into your office, and of course it cuts down your travel time. So this is the exterior of the building. So it is a landmark location right on Al Khail Road. HQ by Rove is offices for the future, where the concept doesn't exist right now. As I said, a lot of tech companies similar to Google offices implement these kind of amenities and lifestyle wellness aspects to their office to encourage the employees to actually want to show up and work there. But here you can find it in the building. We have 31 floors, only 23 floors are dedicated to offices, so very limited. In addition to that, we have 4 floors dedicated to amenities as well. So first we talk about parking. Parking is a major issue when we talk about offices. We have 5 basement parkings and 3 podium parkings. On top of that, you actually have your ground floor where the amenities will start. On the ground floor, you have a corporate concierge service that caters to the businesses who are working here. So the offices are actually serviced as well. After that, you're gonna have different F&B elements. Concept is very similar to what you see in Time Out Market. You're also gonna have event spaces for you to book. We're gonna have co-working spaces here and additional huge coffee shop as well for people to come, for your visitors and so forth. Again, I'm just naming a few. On top of that, you have your 4 levels of podium parking. And again, on level 4 podium, the amenities will begin, where you have podcast pods, meeting room pods, sports activities like basketball court and paddle court. You also have indoor and outdoor gym, almost reaching 10,000 square feet. Additional meeting rooms, rentable spaces, as well as outdoor co-working zones. And on top of that, which is level 5, this is where the offices will start only. Again, on your level 16, you have your reset level, which is your wellness level. Now you have to go here with the intention to reset. There's a semi-Olympic lap pool, there's spa pods, nap pods, again, co-working spaces and lounges. Then on the 31st floor, we also have additional amenities, observation deck, meeting room pods, co-working spaces. So the concept here is you have an office here, but the entire building is your headquarters. Yes, now makes sense, right? And we also have, this is just a brief overview about the amenities. 28% of HQ is amenities. So pretty much what you can name, we have it here. Even level 4, we have Crank Fitness and a beauty lounge for the ladies. So they have pool? On the 16th floor, you have a semi-Olympic lap pool. It's your reset level. So you go there to go to the spa, maybe take a nap, swim, relax, and then go back to your meetings, go back to closing deals. So now here I'll speak to you about our starting sizes and our entry prices, okay? This is a typical floor plan for the smaller offices that we have. And our smallest size, let's say as an example, office number 2 is an office studio of 680 square feet. This is your minimum size. Entry price here is approximately 3.5 million. Now here it makes sense for a small to medium business that wants a grade A address to have with that budget and that size, because they don't need a big office, they don't have a huge team.
Is it fully furnished?
Fully furnished and fitted, yes. Plug and play. From day one, you can start working.
And how many parkings for this office?
So the parking is as per DLD standard. For every 5,500 square feet, you get one parking in your title deed. But we emphasize that we have added extra parking so you have enough for your guests and valet.
But the parking is leasehold or as well they buy parking?
So if you would do, our minimum size is 680. So for the minimum office studio, you get one parking on your title deed. By the time of completion, let's say you have 2-3 employees that want to come, at that time you can rent the office from us. We will not sell you can rent the parking from us. We will not sell the parking spots. Then you can take office number 2 and 3, combine them into one office, which will be a deluxe option. Okay. The deluxe is around 1,400 square feet now. Then you can take 2, 3, and 4 and combine them into an executive office, and here you have around 2,000 square feet. Then if you do 4 offices in this case, 4 studios next to each other, you combine them into one office, it's 2,700 square feet. Everything over 2,700 square feet goes under our a la carte option. That means you sit with our design team and implement your own design.
Valet parking?
So there is valet parking, but it's not included in your service charge.
So you need to pay every year.
690.
Yes, like similar to what we do here as well.
16,000.
Yeah. But otherwise, you have a smart booking system. So if you want to book a meeting room, you want to book any of the facilities, you book it through the smart booking system. And how the service charge is very reasonable is because we have a lot of inquiries actually regarding this. Is for the retail, the shops, the restaurants. We never sell any of them across any of our projects. We manage them ourselves. So whatever we generate through these communal areas, we put it back in the project. So service charges will also be maintained. Service charges here in Opus Tower, considering we don't have any amenities, are 39 dirhams per square foot.
Okay.
It's very high, yeah. Again, premium grade A, it's like your cost is much higher. The business, your tenant is not necessarily, compromising on how much they're gonna pay.
But the service charge can change, like let's say the developer changed the price or it's up to contract, it will get in the contract.
And service charge is with the government. It's not with us or the contract. It's estimated at 24 dirhams, and we implement all these things like through the funds we generate by managing the communal areas, the F&B. What we generate from there, we put it back in the building to maintain the building and the service charge.
There is no owners association anymore?
Owners association for
the service charges?
It is with them, but then it's managed by DLD through the government, not DLD specifically, but through the government, not through us. So they set the prices, so it can go up or down, but the way we manage everything, we try to maintain that. Through all our projects, we always try to maintain the service charges.
And parkings, additional visitors parkings, what do the companies do for it?
So valet parking and guest parking, employees parking. So you can pay as per what we see in.
He can buy or he can rent?
Only rent.
Only rent
Yeah.
from you?
Yes, correct. This is very important for us. So we always add 25% additional parkings. There's a DLD standard based on the number of floors and offices we have, but we add extra. So we have enough for guests, valet, so forth, but we don't sell. We keep it.
No, but you said if there is like one parking for 500
Yes,
square feet.
yeah.
So like those who take, let's say, 1,500,
Of
they
course,
have three parking
of course.
and additional they rent.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
It's very like standard procedure through this. We always make it more convenient and easier for the buyers and the investors. Yeah. So this is something I will share with you guys as well. The live viewer. We have. This is a nice tool to use if you just want to go through the availability and then select the unit, and you can see the floor plan, etc. This is Marasi Drive, by the way, guys. It's a very nice building. So you can just select any unit and you will see the tour. You have a virtual tour here as well.
You will send us this.
Yeah. So I'll put all the links. I will share with you the services that are included as well. It's like a fact sheet, a cheat sheet that you can use as a conversation you have when you have conversation with an investor. You can just use the sheet to reply to their questions. That would be the best. And if you want, I can share with you the ROI calculation as well, but don't share that with the client, obviously. Yeah, the minimum information I'll give them until if they're interested to come for a meeting. And then availability, you will have access both residential and commercial. You can immediately generate your own sales offer. Again, if you have an inquiry and you don't see it in the inventory in terms of size, maybe budget point, you can always contact me. Maybe we'll have something to offer the client. We can maybe customize something for them. PSF average is 5,000 to 5,200, I would say.
How much per square foot, the price?
5,000 to 5,200, yeah. And then we also have full floors. We have one full floor available, but full floor comes with less title deeds. Like you can get 4 to 6 title deeds. Half floor comes again 2 to 3 title deeds. Bless you.
Bless.
And then on the 29th floor, we only have penthouse offices.
Okay.
Yes. So these are amazing units. I encourage you guys to work on these special units, especially for you, for your Iranian client.
What is the service charge?
Service charge is 24 dirhams per square foot.
In all your projects or only this?
No, for commercial it's 24. For residential it's 20.
Okay.
Which is for a branded
Very
product
decent,
is
yeah.
very decent. Exactly. It's very reasonable.
And sorry for...
No, please ask.
One more question. I didn't understand about the furniture. You will furnish like in office style, yeah? Tables, everything.
Yeah. So I'll show you, we'll go through a sales offer now, and I'll show you what's the furniture types, how they choose their furniture layout, and also we'll go through the payment plan together. Okay?
Any offer we have for cash buyer?
It's our payment plan is 50-50. I'll explain to you how we can work on the offers. Okay, let's go through one sales offer together. So this is our inventory. This is what I share with you guys. Okay, now this is a very good unit. Let's select 695 office studio.
Yeah.
We'll discuss how flexible we can be. Okay?
695 is the carpet area they get, or with the balcony?
With the balcony. Balcony takes approximately 20%.
20%?
Yeah, approximately. So here your internal area is 554 and your external area, which is the balcony, is 141.
Okay.
Yeah. It's quite reasonable for the layout. We'll go through the layout as well. Let's start with our payment plan. I'll explain the payment plan on the sales offer because I want you guys to see the main differences on off-plan residential and off-plan commercial, and we'll see how flexible we can be. Okay. So our payment plan is 50-50, 50% during construction, 50% on handover. Handover for HQ by Rove is Q1 2029. So around 2.5 years, 8 months, yeah. 2 years, 8 months.
When did you launch it?
We launched HQ by Rove end of last year, around October last year. But we released fresh inventory, another phase this year. That's why you see a few of the smaller options that you can actually work on.
What was the launch price for this unit? Same price?
So these units were not released during launch, but PSF was on average a little bit maybe lower than 5,000 for people who had paid EOIs.
Okay, 4,800 something.
Yeah. So now we have a 50-50 payment plan, and we have 15% down payment. You have your 4% DLD. You have your admin fees. The main difference with commercial and residential is you have VAT when it comes to commercial.
Yeah.
But the VAT is very easy. The way you can explain to your investors is that the VAT is broken down into each installment. So let's say you have to do a 15% down payment now. On the value of the 15% down payment, you do 5% VAT.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corporate tax, what?
VAT.
It's corporate tax, yeah?
We call it VAT, value added tax.
Different tax.
Now, if the client puts this under their business license, the purchasing owner as a license, they can claim the VAT back. If they're registered, of course, they can claim the VAT back. Businesses are familiar with this. If it's an individual, then obviously they're not going to be registered for VAT, so they cannot claim it. But it's very easy for the investors to digest, because it's not like DLD, a huge sum all at once, especially if your client is planning to exit by the time of completion.
So that applies on the whole amount, but also broken down into according to the payment plan.
Yes, it's applied on the whole amount, but you don't pay it all at once. On each installment value, you pay 5% VAT on that amount.
As a payment structure. Yeah?
Exactly. So first you do 15%. 15% is 531,000 plus. On 5,031,000 plus, you only pay 26,000 plus VAT. So this is not a huge number. You know what I mean? It's easy for investors.
And in which condition you can claim it back?
If you purchase under a company, under a license, and that license, the purchaser is registered for VAT, which is usually the case if they're a business working here. Okay.
Если не сам, не инвестор, а именно компания покупает.
So we do 15% down payment, 10% comes after 1 month. Then you have 1st of December this year, another 5%. Then you have 1st of May, another 5% next year. After that, everything is going to get linked to construction progress. So at 40%, 60%, 80%, this means the project has to keep going up before the client has to pay us. And this is a very good selling point for the project as well, for you to use as a tool, because a lot of investors are worried. The project, they keep paying, but they don't see any construction.
Yeah.
So at this point, you fill up 35% linked to dates. After that, we have to build before you can pay us. It's another safety and surety, especially during this time. And 50% comes on completion, where you can put it on mortgage, or if you want to exit as well, you can choose to do that at that time. NOC is given on 30%. So we look at the current market and we look at comparables. We look at actual listings, not transactions, because we need to compare to the ready supply of offices, something tangible for them to see. So as an example, we took Business Bay, some units in Business Bay, which is Opus Tower. These are all listings for business centers. We have Opus Tower, and we also have MR Square, and we have Vision Tower here as well, and we have Central in DWTC. So the average price per square foot for business centers is between minimum 720 up to 1,300 plus per square foot to rent.
1,300
per square foot, yes.
One more time, from 700 per square foot
to rent?
up to 1,000, you can say 1,350 for business centers. Then we look at but by the way, these are actual listings. Like, some people can't believe it, but really, these are realistic numbers that tenants are paying to be part of a convenient address, location, and so forth. Because when you're in a business center, everything is already provided to you. And it's very similar to the concept of HQ by Rove, especially if you implement it for the smaller sizes, because their offices are also fully serviced. Keep that in mind. Then we look at other listings that present larger offices. You have 3,000 square foot, you have 10,000 square foot, also in Opus Tower, Emar Square, and Vision Tower. So for Opus Tower, it's on average between 500 to 750 dirhams per square foot. Then Vision Tower is 489 up to 605. And in Emar Square, it's on average 550 dirhams per square foot. Now, some of these listings are fully furnished, but majority of these types of listings are larger sizes that come without the fit out. Because remember, when you have a client that wants to rent like 10,000 square foot, even if you give it to them fully fitted, it doesn't make sense for them, because they have to implement their own design most of the time, depending on their business model. So these are actual listings. And if we wanted to imagine if HQ was ready right now, as per actual listings, we need to take an average price for what we can get. So let's just look at the conservative scenario. I'll just explain the conservative scenario, but you can go all the way up to standard or premium standard. Now, let's say you purchased an office studio of 680 square feet on an average of 5,200 dirhams per square foot, which is the highest price you can purchase right now. This is on the higher end. And if we want to rent it at the average of 580 dirhams per square foot, this average was taken out of current listings. Okay? Our net yield will be over 10%, 10.69%. Then you want to know what is your selling price. Because majority of investors who want to buy commercial, their ROI is their priority, right? They care about location, brand, experience, but they need to know what is their ROI. Realistically, your client buys it now and their expected ROI on a conservative level is over 10% net to them. We are not talking about what, we just reduce the service charge and we get the net number. In order for them to get their selling price and understand how much they can get in terms of capital appreciation or return on equity, they have to see what is the appetite of the next buyer. So for the next buyer, you have two cases. Either the buyer wants to buy it for themselves. Now you don't need to justify it. You don't need this. You just give them any price because it's a very limited product. There's no comparable. So you set any price. But realistically, the next buyer wants to know what is their ROI. Now, based on the number that we give the next buyer, assuming he gains a 9% return on his investment, so the next buyer, based on this rental price, he has to get 9%. That is his target. That's all he wants. Your selling price for the unit will be 4,382,000. This is your capital appreciation. This is how we calculate it. We don't make any promises. We don't make any projections that 2 to 3 years market will be different. Things will be different. We just take the average based on current listings and transactions. And we talk about here return on equity because you're only paying 50% during construction. Capital appreciation is when you pay 100% and halas. Here, your return on equity is 47.86%. Again, this is only the conservative. All of these numbers and calculations are taken out of existing listings.
Okay.
Any questions? Yeah.
Please explain for me return on equity, what it is.
Okay, so basically when you buy off plan, one of the reasons investors love to go for off plan is because you go as per a payment plan. You don't pay, the property value is 3.56 million, but you're only paying 15%, then 10%, then 5%, so it's easy for them, right? Now, return on equity means the investor who bought this at this purchasing price, he's only paying 1,768,000 dirhams because he only paid 50% before completion. So based on the amount, the equity he paid, how much is he getting back? So this will be the return on equity on the 50% that he has already paid us.
So return on the invested amount, not on the whole amount.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. And then capital appreciation is like if we say like now this is 47%, if we calculate it on the total amount of the property. Again, this is very important for investors. If the property is 3,536,000, he's only paying 1,768,000 during construction. Of course, we can make a projection that in 2 to 3 years, things will change. The concept is new. There is going to be growth there as well in terms of the rent. But for you, you just give them something.
That's why we need to be also more prepared dealing with commercial numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And realistic numbers.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
What points do you usually use to convert residential investor to commercial?
See,
For us to like use the example.
the main topic is that is your client an investor? Is he looking, what is his priority? He wants ROI, he wants a high ROI, he wants a high vacancy rate, he wants a valuable product in a mature location. These are the main points.
high
The
vacancy
main
rate.
attraction, I would say, is the ROI conversation.
So this kind of questions we need to ask our investor.
Yeah. And I mean, if you're talking about making content or videos, it's always nice to highlight the, you can achieve conservatively 10 to 12% ROI on your investments. You have a very high vacancy rate. That means when you look at offices in Business Bay, the vacancy rate is 90%. However, for grade A offices where we are
Vacancy
right
rate?
now,
90% vacancy rate?
You mean occupancy rate?
Occupancy rate, sorry. Yeah. And occupancy rate,
Everyone's
yeah.
confusing.
They're not all 90%. You have 90% occupancy rate.
Yes.
That means
For the
most,
standard offices.
yeah.
Nice.
For grade A offices where we are right now, it's up to 97%. This is very important. If you set an example, when you go to a residential building, you have maybe 10, 12 units that are available there. So you as a tenant, you go and view all of them and you give an offer to the owner. At the end of the day, one of the owners will accept. However, when you have such a high occupancy rate, you have very limited options. So in this case, it's the roles are reversed. You go and give an offer to the investor, to the owner. The owner tells you, please wait, I'm going to see what's the other offer, what's the other profile, please wait, I will see. So this is why we see historically for premium retails and offices, there's even key money given to the tenants to be able to get that office because it's very hard to find, it's very limited. We had secondary agents that work in commercial where they come to us and they're like, my client is looking for a ready office and he's willing to pay anything, but he's like, please, I want to have a good experience. I want to enter, the lobby should be nice, I don't want to have problems with parking, I don't want to be in a congested side of Business Bay. And these types of businesses, they don't compromise on how much they're going to pay. That's why we see such high prices for a lot of these office listings as well.
Do you know what's the occupancy rate here in Opus?
Opus reaches to 97%.
97.
Yeah. Grade A offices, 97%. Now, if you find an owner who wants to rent or sell, it's a very difficult conversation to have because they're usually not flexible. They know that they own an asset, which is very rare. And that's the concept of HQ, the design, the location, the address. It's something very unique to have in their portfolio. When you have less competition, then of course you're a little bit more picky when you want to set your price and sell. And I can tell you guys this, I think this will be very important to highlight. 50% of our buyers, they bought it for themselves. They want to use it, keep it for themselves. And even though we have the smaller offices, most of them, their minimum purchase was 1,400 square feet. Even if they kept it under different title deeds, like 680, their goal was always to combine the offices together. Because sometimes they want to keep multiple title deeds because they want to get multiple visas as well, golden visas. I think the ROI makes sense, the occupancy rate makes sense.
Yeah.
I think occupancy rate is even higher because in such offices it's hard to find.
It's very hard, yes. If you find something for sale or rent. And also the sizes are very important. The sizes are minimum like 2,500 to 3,000 square feet here without the fit out. Even if the owner does the fit out, the next buyer will come and tell you, I don't want to pay a premium for your fit out because I have to change the fit out based on my business, right? So very different, very different. I think these are the main points you can discuss. And also the listings that we have taken, they're recent, they're new. So it's not something that can be negotiated on, well, with this situation happening. Your type of tenants in commercial is very different. First of all, you have long-term lease. The lease minimum is between 2 to 3 years. And when you have a premium business as a tenant, they are not going to move their address just because things are happening. Maybe they will downsize, they will, fire some of their employees. But the last thing they might do after 2, 3, 4 years is to lose their address, lose their office. So it's the quality of the tenant, and the leases as well are very different. If you have residential, they only have to give you like a 1 month notice, 2 months penalty, and they can leave. But for commercial, it's totally different.
Who regulates it? Also Ijari, the rental dispute center, same bodies?
Yes. Similar, but the leases are usually longer. So you have different agreements between the tenant and the owner, where they usually make it between 2 to 3 years. That's the standard. So you can put a clause in your agreement if you want to increase it every 5 years. Sorry, every year 5% and so forth.
Who is your previous investors who has invested already in this HQ?
See, we have a very diverse clientele. It's
Right.
not necessarily just commercial buyers and not necessarily just commercial agents. Majority of my agents that were successful were residential agents that had clients that wanted something very unique and they wanted a high ROI.
Okay.
So we had a lot of businesses, family businesses from abroad and from who are already based here. We have a high number of Iranian buyers because they love commercial, Russian buyers.
They live in Russia.
Of course, yes, in Russia. They love the penthouses, lofts and penthouse offices. They love them. So you can expand and combine. You don't need to move from, let's say you have 1,400, you don't need to add another 400 square feet. You have the option to slowly expand your office. 680 square feet.
What if they need only like, let's say, plus 200?
No, we don't have that. Yeah, our minimum size, and this is again the sizes we provide is based on the market's demand. Like 680 square feet for a small to medium business is very reasonable, keeping in mind they have access to 4 floors of amenities and their own dedicated communal lounge as well. So they can take their meetings in their own lounge or on the 31st floor if they want. So there's, demand is driven, like 200 square feet is very small, realistically something you will get in a business center. Here, 680 square feet is very reasonable as a minimum size. Then 1,400, 2,000 square feet, again, these are like average sizes for businesses to have.
What service charge here?
24 dirhams per square foot.
24.
Yes.
Okay.
Valet parking?
So there is valet parking, but it's not included in your service charge.
So you need to pay every year.
690.
Yes, like similar to what we do here as well.
16,000.
Yeah. But otherwise, you have a smart booking system. So if you want to book a meeting room, you want to book any of the facilities, you book it through the smart booking system. And how the service charge is very reasonable is because we have a lot of inquiries actually regarding this. Is for the retail, the shops, the restaurants. We never sell any of them across any of our projects. We manage them ourselves. So whatever we generate through these communal areas, we put it back in the project. So service charges will also be maintained. Service charges here in Opus Tower, considering we don't have any amenities, are 39 dirhams per square foot.
Okay.
It's very high. Yeah. Again, premium grade A, it's like your cost is much higher. The business, your tenant is not necessarily, compromising on how much they're gonna pay.
But the service charge can change, like let's say the developer changed the price or it's up to contract, it will get the contract.
And service charge is with the government. It's not with us or the contract. It's estimated at 24 dirhams, and we implement all these things like through the funds we generate by managing the communal areas, the F&B. What we generate from there, we put it back in the building to maintain the building and the service charge.
There is no owners association anymore
Owners association for
the service charges.
it is with them, but then it's managed by DLD through the government, not DLD specifically, but through the government, not through us. So they set the prices, so it can go up or down, but the way we manage everything, we try to maintain that. Through all our projects, we always try to maintain the service charges.
And parkings, additional visitors parkings, what do the companies do for it?
So valet parking and guest parking, employees parking. So you can pay as per what we see in.
He can buy or he can rent?
Only rent.
Only rent
Yeah.
from you?
Yes, correct. This is very important for us. So we always add 25% additional parkings. There's a DLD standard based on the number of floors and offices we have, but we add extra. So we have enough for guests, valet, so forth, but we don't sell. We keep it.
No, but you said if there is like one parking for 500
Yes,
square feet.
yeah.
So like those who take, let's say, 1,500,
Of
they
course,
have
yeah,
parking
of course.
and additional they rent.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
It's very like standard procedure through this. We always make it more convenient and easier for the buyers and the investors. Yeah. So this is something I will share with you guys as well. The live viewer. We have this is a nice tool to use if you just want to go through the availability and then select the unit, and you can see the floor plan, etc. This is Marasi Drive, by the way, guys. It's a very nice building. So you can just select any unit and you will see the tour. You have a virtual tour here as well.
You will send us this.
Yeah. So I'll put all the links. I will share with you the services that are included as well. It's like a fact sheet, a cheat sheet that you can use as a conversation you have when you have a conversation with an investor. You can just use the sheet to reply to their questions. That would be the best. And if you want, I can share with you the ROI calculation as well, but don't share that with the client, obviously. Yeah, the minimum information you give them until if they're interested to come for a meeting. And then availability, you will have access both residential and commercial. You can immediately generate your own sales offer. Again, if you have an inquiry and you don't see it in the inventory in terms of size, maybe budget point, you can always contact me. Maybe we'll have something to offer the client. We can maybe customize something for them.